let's start standing today, everybody. Standing down one end of your mat. I'm going to start with a few roll downs just to get our body moving. Just start my watch. All right, so draw a big circle with your shoulders up and back, and then bring your chin down to your chest. And start to roll forwards really slowly for this first one, as slow as you can. Keep your knees straight, let your spine round, lift your belly up towards your spine, bring your fingers as close to the floor as you can, and then just bend through your knees to bring your hands even closer to the ground. Keep your knees bent as you roll back up. We're going bone by bone, pushing the ground away through your heels, pulling the belly in, rolling up. Once you come upright, draw a big circle with those shoulders again, and then we'll roll forwards again. Keeping those knees straight the whole way down as far as you can, and then letting those knees bend to bring your hands towards the ground. Keep your hands on the ground now, and just see if you can straighten and bend those knees. You may not get them completely straight, that's okay. Just sort of pushing your knees back behind you a little, and then letting them soften. Let's do that 3 more times before we roll up again. 1 more, and then bend through the knees. Press down through your heels. Really use the energy in your legs to roll yourself back upright. Pulling the belly towards the spine. We'll draw a big circle with our shoulders, and we'll roll down 1 more time. Rounding the spine, pulling the tummy up as if there's a bar underneath you that you're rolling over the top of. And then once those fingers come to the floor, let's bend through the knees, and then walk your hands out away from you into a downward dog position. We'll press the chest back towards the thighs to start with, and then just pedal out one heel at a time towards the ground. Just alternating there. You can hold it, or you can sort of pulse between your 2 legs, whatever feels good. Just make sure you're really pressing your chest towards your knees here. So you want to feel like you're pushing your chest sort of through your shoulders a little bit, getting that opening. We're going to need that shoulder mobility for a couple of our exercises coming up. Let's press both heels now down towards the floor, and then lift up onto your toes. Roll yourself forward into a plank. Just hold it for a moment. Let's get everything into position. So belly lifting up towards the spine, chest pressing up away from the floor, and then just bend the knees and lower them down. Untuck the toes, round the spine again, really round. We're doing a lot of rounding exercises today, so we want to emphasize that. And then dip the belly down, look forwards, open the chest, but stay strong through those shoulders. Again, rounding upwards, pulling the tummy up, 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 pressing the ground away, and then sinking down and looking forwards. We'll go 1 more time, rounding, pulling the pubic bone to the belly button, and really feeling some activity there in that lower belly area. And then just sink back to neutral. And we'll go for a thread the needle now, sliding one hand underneath, rotate your chest. Feel that you're really trying to twist through your rib cage here, and then press up and swap. We'll do 2 of these to each side. With your thread the needles, you want to try and keep your weight even on both of your knees and your feet. So you want to try not to feel your hips sort of wiggling around, so that we can really isolate the stretch to our upper back. Come back through the middle, curl the toes under again. Press through your palms, lift your chest away from the floor, find a neutral spine position. So we've got a really flat back position here. I want you to feel connected through the front of your stomach wall, and then just hover those knees. We're going to go for 8 little taps here. So we tap and lift. 7, 6. The lift is really small. So the smaller the lift, the better really. I'm not trying to lift high. 2, 1 more lift and hold. Press back into your downward dog. Heels go down. Chest goes back towards the thighs. Let's ripple forward into that plank again. Hold it there. Lower the knees, but just hover them. And then let's do another 8 little taps. Belly on, shoulders are strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Hover the knees, press back again. Downward dog, push those heels down. We're going to do 1 more round of these, warming up through our legs a little bit, but mainly through our core. Let's ripple it forward, find the plank, hold it, bend the knees, hover them, and then little taps. We've got 8, 7, you're dipping so lightly on the ground, not really landing, just feeling the mat and then lifting back off it again. 4, One more, hover, press back, heels down. Pedal out your legs again. Press your chest towards your thighs. Feel a nice stretch there. Just warming everything up a little bit now. And then let's ripple forwards, find that plank. Lower the knees down, cross the ankles, and come to sit on your bottom. Come towards the front of your mat, so your toes are pretty much on the edge, and sit up nice and tall. From here, I just want you to raise your hands to the ceiling. Now, in this position, I want you to feel like you're trying to touch the ceiling. So get a real opening through your chest there and shoulders. But in this position, try not to flare the ribs. So connect a little bit through the stomach so that it's not an arch in your back. And then we're going to roll down. So we're going to reach the hands forwards, tuck the pelvis under, pull the belly towards the spine, and roll backwards. We're going to go about halfway. And I want you to feel like your weight is moving onto your tailbone now. And then once you get to the point where your feet want to lift, we'll roll forwards. So we pull the ribs in, we pull the belly in, we peel our spine forwards, and then we sit all the way tall, reach the hands to the ceiling. So that's our roll down movement to start with. We're going to tuck in, roll your weight off your sit bones, onto your tailbone, around your spine, reach your hands forwards, keep going nice and slow, pulling the ribs in, get to that point where your feet want to lift up, and then roll yourself forwards, using the tummy, and then point your fingers back to the ceiling, reaching tall. Keep going with this. I want you to watch a few things, or just pay attention to a few things as you go. Let's keep the shoulders really relaxed. So the neck is long, the shoulders are relaxed. The rounding comes from your lower back, not so much from your upper back. So try and isolate that, and by really focusing on squeezing your ribs towards your hips, that's what you'll get. So it's a real pull through here, a real pull of that pubic bone to the belly button, and then rolling back up. If you find this uncomfortable for your pelvis, you can actually roll your mat, sort of overlap that, and create a little bit of double layer, and that can help with people with a little bit of soreness at their tailbone. And then rolling up. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit to this now. Let's roll back. Find that position where you're wanting to lift your feet but you don't. Then raise your hands up there, hold it. Lower your hands back down, and then sit all the way up. Well done. So as the arms reach overhead in that roll down position, you should feel like it's a lot harder to hold through your belly. Let's hold for 2 this time. So go up and down, and again up and down, little shakes there, and then roll forwards, really pulling through the stomach. Again, rolling back for 3. Let's pull the belly in, pull the pubic bone in. 3, 2, and 1. Rolling forwards. We've got one more round for 4. Let's lower the arms, roll it back. And if you're finding this too hard, you just don't roll down as far. 3, definitely shaking now. 2, one more. Belly in, reach the hands forward, roll yourself all the way up, arms to the ceiling. And then grab onto your thighs and just open your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. We're going to have a little twist here. And then we're going to do some more progressions there. So, arms reach forward. Fingers are long. Let's roll it back. Find that roll down. We're going to add a leg lift to our arm lift. So holding nice and tight. I want you to raise your right leg up to a tabletop position. Now, as you lift your arms up, tap your toes down and lift. Let's do 4, 3. Good work. Really think of driving your knee towards your chest. 1 more. Good. Lower that leg. Roll yourself all the way up. And then we'll do the other side. So we roll back, holding through the tummy. Let's lift the left foot. And now as the arms lift up, we tap the toe and lift. We've got 4, 3. Really pull the tummy in, belly button to spine. 1 more. Good. Lower that foot down. Roll all the way up. Now, if you want to, you can come along for both legs. Otherwise, I would just do 2 for each side. Bring both legs to tabletop. Hold them there. Belly in firm. Let's tap both toes as we lift the arms. Just 4 times. 3, really lightly dipping those toes. 2, 1 more. Hold it at the top. Now we're going to roll all the way down. So from here, you'll be stretching your legs out as you roll your spine down towards the floor. Go as slow as you can, and then roll down. Well done. Arms overhead. Have a little stretch out there. Let your tummy open, let your hips open. We're going to move into some bridges now to open up through the fronts of the hips. So let's have the knees bent. Hands are going to be beside you. And just tuck your bottom in. Roll your weight back onto your lower back. So lifting the tailbone, and then continue to peel your spine up off the floor. Squeeze through those buttock muscles, connect the ribs to the hips, and then roll your spine back down really slowly, one bone at a time. So we've just got the legs about hip width apart here, no wider, because we are going to go from some double to some single leg bridges, and you'll need those feet a little bit narrower for the single leg versions. As you're lifting your hips, I want you to squeeze your glutes as hard as you can. Imagine you've got a $50 note there and you're trying to hold it in place. Don't drop it. And then roll back down through the ribs, through the lower back, and really pull the tailbone in. See if you can get your tailbone to come down last. That can be hard to learn. Sometimes we want to just lower our back really flat, or even let the back arch, but we want to get that nice, slow articulation happening. Squeeze at the top, and then roll it back down. And we're going to roll up one more time now. So let's roll up, hold it when we get to the top. Press through the heels, pull through the belly, squeeze through the glutes. Hold it at the top. Let's lower the hips halfway down and then squeeze them all the way up. We've got 5, 4. Really press through the heels and really tuck the bottom in as you lift back up. And lift one more time. Hold it at the top. Lift your right leg off the floor. Let's do 5 little dips. 5, through that left leg only. 4, 3, squeeze through the heel, really squeeze through that left glute. 1 more, lift and hold. Back to both legs. For 5, squeeze up. 4, 3, 2, 1, lift and hold. Take the left foot off the floor. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold, back to doubles. Let's go. 5, 4, squeezing right up. 3, 2 more. Lift and hold. Tuck in here, pull pubic bone to belly button, lift your hips as high as you can and hold them there. Let's raise our arms all the way over our head. We're keeping the hands above the shoulders. Backs of your hands are resting on the floor. Lift your hips a little higher if you can. And now roll the spine down. 1 bone at a time, as slowly as you can. Bone by bone. And then come all the way down. Tailbone last. And you should feel that open your shoulders a little bit as well. Well done. Hug your knees to your chest. We're going to open the arms wide. Rotate the legs to the side. And then to the other side. So we're going back to some abdominal work. Now let's bring our legs through the middle, place them down on the floor. Take your right hand to your left knee. So your left leg is at tabletop, and then put your left hand behind your head. From here, I just want you to press your knee against your hand. Push them towards each other. Resist that movement and feel that your stomach muscles turn on straight away. So this is how we're going to get our oblique abdominals to engage. So we're pressing the left knee against the right hand. And then from there, I want you to raise your right leg to tabletop. So we'll start with some little taps. I've got 5 little toe taps here. Exhale as you tap, inhale as you lift. 3 more, just tapping the right toes down and then lifting up. 1 more time, bring that leg to tabletop. Hold here, curl forwards into a chest lift. And now as you tap the floor, lower your head down and then lift it back up. We've got 5. Keep pushing left knee against right hand. 3. Good, curling up. 2. And 1 more. Lift and hold. Holding there, don't lower your head down. Push your knee against your hand. Just tapping the floor again. 5. Not lowering the chest at all. 4. Belly in firm. 3. We've got 2 more progressions. 2. 1 more. Lift up to tabletop. Hold it there. Now stretch your leg out long. We've got 5. 4. Pull that knee towards the hand. 3. Belly in. 2, you can put your head down if you need to. 1 more, stretch it out, hold it long, raise your leg up towards the ceiling and back down. We've got 5, 4, belly in firm, 3, that's it, 2 more. 1 more time, hover your leg off the floor, hold it there, 5 little crunches, just to finish it off. 4, 3, keep pushing your left knee into your hand, 2, lift and hold, hug those knees, rest all the way down, well done. Let's open our arms wide again, rock side to side before we do the other side. Over and over. Come back through the middle, place your feet down. Let's put our right hand behind our head, bring the right leg to tabletop and press the left palm into the right knee. From there, you'll feel your toe muscles switch on instantly as soon as you create that wrist resistance. And then let's start our little toe taps. So we exhale, tap, inhale, lift. For 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Bring the leg to tabletop, hold it there, push your hand against your knee, curl up. Now as you tap, you lower your head down and then you lift up. We've got 5, 4, really bring ribs to hips. 3, try not to lose that pressure between your hand and your knee. Every now and then you might, so just push it a little bit firmer. And then lift up, hold. We don't lower the chest, we just tap. 5, just nice little sets of 5, 3, flat belly, 2, hold it up. And now you're stretching out and in. As your leg goes long, you want to feel those lower stomach muscles work a little bit harder to keep your spine neutral. 2, 1 more, stretch your leg long, keep it long, wave it up and down. Keep pressing left hand into right knee. 3, exhale as you lower, inhale as you lift. 2, 1 more, and then lower your leg, hold it there, just 5 little crunches to finish it off, ribs to hips. 4, 3, 2, 1, well done, knees to chest, give them a good squeeze. Open your arms wide, elbows are bent, palms face the floor this time. I'm going to feel a little deeper stretch to our chest. So let's rock over to the left. And then keeping your right arm on the floor, I want you to sort of straighten your arm up overhead. Slide the back of your hand along the floor. And then bend your arm, bring it back down to that 90-90 position. And again, sliding your hand up and overhead. Feel that chest stretch. And then slide back down. 1 more time, let's reach overhead. Good, and then bend the elbow. Let's use the stomach muscles, bring your knees all the way through center over to the other side. Let your legs rest on the floor if they can. And then let's slide that left arm up overhead and back down, and you'll feel that stretching through the front of your chest. We want to get our shoulders nice and open for the next sequence, which is going to be a little bit of shoulder blade work. Let's go 1 more time, all the way up overhead, feel that nice stretch. And then bring that elbow back to 90, bend your knees, grab onto your legs and start to roll up and down the length of your spine. Cross your ankles over, and then we're going to roll all the way over into our 4-point kneeling position again. My hair's all over the place, I might just fix up my ponytail. Short hair's a bit annoying with Pilates. And then from that 4-point kneeling position, curl the toes under. We're going to revisit our knee hover. So hover the knees, hold it there, and then just press straight back into your downward dog. Both heels press down, push your chest towards your thighs, and then let's come back into that hover. Hold the hover, and then lift up downward dog. We're going to do this 6 more times. So we come forward into that plank. You should feel a little bit more abdominal activity now, I reckon, after warming them up with all those exercises. Let's come forwards, bend the knees, lift up, downward dog. Forwards and hover, and then lift and downward dog. And it's kind of like you're drawing a big circle with your hips, or a sort of circular shape, up and around, and then up and down. 2 more times. Nice and strong through the shoulders as well. Keep lifting your chest up away from the floor. Try not to let your chest sag down. Let's go one more time. This time, hovering the knees, lowering them down, and then coming all the way down onto your belly. Rest your head, your forehead on your fingertips, and just make sure your back of your neck is nice and long here. So your nose is pointing straight at the ground. I want you to connect your ribs to hips, so feel like you're sort of pasting your tailbone downwards a little, pulling your pubic bone towards your belly button. And then from here, we're just going to hover the chest. So the fingertips stay connected to the forehead, chest hovers, and then we lower it back down. I want you to try and breathe out as you hover, and then breathe in as you lower. For this first exercise, keep your ribs connected to the ground. So don't let your chest lift all the way up. It's not about lifting from your lower back, it's about lifting from your upper back. We're going to add an arm opening here. So hover, stretch the arms out behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades, bend the elbows, bring the fingertips back under the forehead and lower down. We'll hover, stretch it back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then bend and lower down. Keep it going. Hover, stretch back, bend, lower down. Again, hover. Keep pulling through the stomach wall. Keep using your abdominals here so that you don't end up lifting all through your lower back. And then let's lift up, stretch back and hold. Little pulses. We've got 8, 7, squeezing between the shoulder blades here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bend and lower. Lift again. This time when you straighten your arms, I want you to open them straight up to the sides and pulse. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bend and lower. One more time, lift, reach your arms out in front of you and pulse up to the ceiling. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bend and lower. Well done. Bring your hands under your shoulders, press up. Drop the shoulders down away from your ears and just draw some circles with your neck. Let your chin drop from side to side. Little circles around and around. And then we're going to lower back down. We're going to bring the hands back beside you, so either side of your palms face the floor. Squeeze the shoulder blades, hover the elbows off the ground, and just start pulsing up and down through those arms. So your forehead is just resting on the floor at the moment, and we're just pulsing those arms. Elbows are really straight here. Fingers are reaching long, as if you're trying to reach your arms further down than your toes. Keep pulsing, keep squeezing. All right, let's lift the chest. Keep holding there, keep squeezing through the elbows. Keep using the triceps, getting nice and warm. See if you can lift a little bit higher with your arms. Keep going, 4 more. And then lift your legs, hold them off the ground, squeezing through the glutes. Knees are really straight. Triceps are on fire, keep pulsing. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, a little bit higher, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. Let's go back into our Cobra Press through the heels of the hands, lift up. Stretching through your stomach, but also through your lower back. Again, you can draw some circles with your neck. They're always so hard, those ones on your belly, but it's so helpful for your posture to be able to get your shoulder blades to draw together against gravity. All right, press through those arms up onto the toes, back into your downward dog, and then we're going to come forward into a plank. So up onto the toes, ripple forward, find your plank. Hands are pressing the ground away, and let's start bringing knee to opposite elbow. Squeeze it in and tap. And tap, just alternating here, really working those obliques again. Tap through. Let's do another 4 here. We'll go for 4, 3, 2, 1 more, hold your plank. Now step your right foot through, lower your left knee down, reach your hands all the way up to the ceiling, lunge forward, open the front of that hip. So we did quite a bit of exercise today that might end up feeling a bit tight through the front of your hip. So we just want to stretch them out now. So just little pulses forwards, but really focusing on pulling the the pubic bone up towards the belly button and just opening the front of that hip. Let's reach the hands back to the ceiling. Bring your hands to the floor, curl that left toe under, stretch out through the front of the leg, and then reach your right hand to the ceiling. Have a nice twist there. Bring your hand back to the ground on the inside of your right foot, and then just push your knee away from you. Little openers there through the hip. Just trying to get a little bit of movement back, and then roll all the way onto the outside edge of both feet and get a deeper stretch there through the side of your thigh. Let's rotate back to the front. We're going to straighten into both knees, find that triangle pose, and get a good stretch down the back of that front leg. From here, we're going to lunge forward again. Fingertips are on the ground. I want you to press up from here into a standing position. You probably know what's coming now. We don't have to do too many of these. I want you to squeeze those elbows straight back behind you again and bring your weight forward over that right foot. Have a look at your leg. Check that your knee's above your ankle. And check that your kneecap is pointing over your second and third toes. We're just going to lunge here, little pulses, pressing through the right heel and keeping the back leg really straight. Elbows are straight. Weight is all the way forward on that right heel. 2 more. Now stay low, little pulses through your arms, squeezing the shoulder blades. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Another set of 8 little pulses. Keep squeezing those elbows. Lift your arms a little higher if you can. 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. 8 more with the arm. 6, 5, 4. This is it. 3, 2, 1. Hands to the ground. Well done. Plant your palms. Step that right foot back. Step the left foot forward. Lower the right knee down. Reach the hands up to the ceiling. Tucking the pelvis in. Let's just do little pulses there. Really pull pubic bone to belly button. Opening the front of that right hip this time. Lunging forward onto your left heel. Good. Let's bring the hands down to the ground. Curl the right toes under, straighten that knee, and reach your left hand to the ceiling. Get that twist. Feels so nice to do that. Push up through your right arm here. Don't let your shoulders sag. And then bring your hand down to the inside of your foot. And then just push your knee away from you. Little pulses outwards there. Starting to open the hip a little bit. And then you can roll all the way onto the outside edges of both feet. And just feel that stretching out through that glute. Again, push the ground away through your shoulders so you're not sagging. Let's come forwards again. Straighten out through that front leg. Get a triangle shape with your legs. Feel that nice stretch through the back there. Hold that for a moment. And then bend into the front leg. Make sure your feet are about hip width apart and then we'll stand tall. We're going to squeeze those elbows back behind us. Lean our body weight forward over that front leg. Check that the knee is above the ankle. And let's start pulsing. We've got 8, 7. Drive through the heel. Get your body on the same angle as your back leg and really straighten your back leg. And then hold it low, little pulses up with the arms. Your back leg should feel like it could lift off the ground. It won't, but it's like it could. Most of your weight's on your front foot. Hold the arms up, pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it low. Last little bit of effort here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands to the ground. Step the right foot forward now to meet the left. Soften through both of those knees and just start to pedal out your legs. One heel at a time, pressing towards the floor. Softening into one knee at a time. Let your neck be nice and relaxed here. Let your jaw be relaxed. Let everything be really relaxed here. And then I just want you to bend through both knees. We're going to press the ground away. We're rolling all the way up to standing as slow as we can, one bone at a time. Once you get to the top, give your shoulders a big roll, and you are all done. Excellent work.